A very powerful storm is coming for today, also for tomorrow. This is going to start later on this evening. It's going to be nocturnal overnight, then for tomorrow as well. This is bringing a threat for strong tornadoes, damaging winds, hurricane force, and very large hail. Same thing for tomorrow, especially with the strong tornadoes. This is going to be intense for later this evening, go overnight, be nocturnal. Then for tomorrow, you got the same threat all over again. Now, I'm going to go through the latest model run. We're going to zoom in and see what the timing is on these storms, which cities potentially are getting impacted and when. First, I want to show you the latest impacts so you know what you're looking at. So for today, we have our tornado threat. We even have significant severe chances for a strong tornado, the 2% and the 5%. So here's the cities and states at risk for the tornado threat for today. This will be later on this evening. Plus the wind threat. This is bringing potentially hurricane force up to 75 miles per hour wind gusts in this black hashed area, up to 80 in this red section. So here's your cities and states at risk for the damage and wind threat for today. And the hail threat as well. Same thing, significant severe, at least 2 inches in diameter in this black hashed area or greater in this red area in Garden City, Kansas. So here's your cities and states at risk for the hail threat for today. Now I'm going to go through this part quickly because we're going to zoom in and see what the latest run is in your area. I want you to see the impacts. Now you see as you go through today, you're going to have isolated thunderstorms, a little sporadic here and there, but your severity is going to kick in over here for Nebraska and Kansas as you go through this evening, bringing chances for a strong tornado, damage and winds as you go all the way towards 11 and 12 o'clock. So now we're at 1 o'clock in the morning, still have chances for tornadoes. You can see this on your significant tornado perimeters, that as you go through the evening, through the early morning hours, it's all across Kansas. Then it explodes again from Missouri and Illinois and some of Indiana and Kentucky for tomorrow. So as we follow the storms, you can see as you go through early into the morning, there's chances for tornadoes with damage and winds. But as you follow it for Kansas, you need to follow that through the morning because that's where you can get a chance for a strong tornado and nocturnal, unfortunately. Bringing the damage and winds towards northern Missouri as you go through early into the evening. Still a lot of storms right off the coast of Texas. Then again, for tomorrow morning, it comes across Missouri, central Illinois, bringing chances for wind and hail. But once you go through tomorrow evening, that moves towards Indiana, and we get a second line sparking up for Missouri, bringing you the threat for tornadoes and maybe even a strong tornado as that turns more into a linear event. More supercell stretching all the way into Kansas, northern Oklahoma as you go through for tomorrow evening, while the winds move across Indiana, Kentucky, and Ohio. And you can see for tomorrow how much this has greatly grown, everybody. Now we have our tornado threat, chances for a strong tornado in this black hashed area. So here's your cities and states at risk for a potential tornado for tomorrow, for Sunday. This is going to be a big wind and hail threat with the storm system. So for tomorrow, here's your cities and states at risk for the damage and winds that come through and the hail threat as well. So here's your cities and states at risk for the hail threat for tomorrow, for Sunday. And you can see with the winds, these are your impacts, bringing a chance for the damage and winds to come through for Wyoming first, eastern Colorado, western Kansas as you go through the evening. Then it picks up over here for Nebraska. Then it goes overnight into Kansas, Oklahoma, into Missouri and Illinois, also for Indiana for tomorrow evening, and maybe some of Kentucky. Bringing a big area of 50 and 60 miles per hour wind gusts over here for Wyoming, that's 60, maybe even 70. And the storms right off the coast for Texas and Louisiana, that could bring you to 40 or 50 miles per hour wind gusts right off the coast as well. Showing these storms are bringing a lot of hail. So as you go through the evening, you can see this for Nebraska going through Kansas, overnight through Missouri for tomorrow morning, going through Illinois, Indiana. So you can see the hail that's coming with this storm also. So a lot of winds, a lot of hail, and the tornado threat could get strong. And for Monday, as that front is pushing this down, we have a marginal for severe weather. It's not going to be a big event, but there's going to be chances for isolated damage and winds or hail. So here's your cities and states at risk for severe weather for Monday. And this is going to put you right into the moderate section for flash flooding for today, also for tomorrow. And as we go into Monday, this comes a little more with the storms, bringing a good bit of rainfall. You have 1 inch in the yellow, you have 2 inches in the red. So all the way from the central plains, all the way towards the south, Ohio Valley, Tennessee, Kentucky Valley, all the way towards the northeast. And you can see this here. So for today, you still got a slight risk and a marginal across the south and the southeast for flooding. It's not going to be a lot of storms, but you're already saturated, so it automatically puts you into the slight risk. But for our severe weather, we do have a moderate level risk for flash flooding for today, also for tomorrow. So if you're in this red area, please be aware of the flooding that's going to build up for today. Now, this is going to move for the thunderstorms for tomorrow and bring a big threat. So you have a slight risk for South Dakota, plus you see the big slight risk coming through for Kansas, Oklahoma, over here from Missouri, Arkansas, Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, also Ohio and Kentucky. But the moderate level risk is going to be a big risk for tomorrow. This is going to bring you a big chance for flooding as well. So if you're in this red section, please be aware of any traveling for tomorrow. So we have the storms across the south. Let's go over that real quick just so they can see what's going on. There's already a lot of storms happening right now this morning across the south. And there's going to be stronger storms as we go through for this evening, especially over here around Texas. So you can see right here on top, this is Central Time right here on top. So it'd be a little bit helpful for you so you can see the timing of these storms. And as we go through the rest of the morning, you can see this builds up for Texas going through Louisiana. But once we go through the evening, this is where it builds up also for Mississippi, Alabama. But you get a lot of storms over here for Texas. And these storms are going to bring some winds as well. So remember the winds that I showed you. Showing all evening long, you'll get these storms all the way from Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, some of Georgia, even some of Florida. It's going to be isolated in nature. It's not going to be everywhere. But you see how this goes all evening long with these storms all the way to later tonight. Even chances for hail, and those storms right there are going across for Louisiana. Even some of that right there for Georgia as you go by 7 and 8 o'clock. Now, these storms go all night, all the way to the early morning hours. Now, when we get early into the morning hours, showing this could congeal up right over here by southern Louisiana. Now, this actually could raise up your tornado threat as you go through for later on for tonight across the West Bank for Louisiana. So just be aware of these storms as they congeal together. Look at this. Big line of strong hail course. You can easily get a water spout on that system as that comes through later on tonight into the early morning hours. So be aware of that. All morning long, then you get some more storms building up over here for Texas, while this is hitting for Louisiana. Then that goes through for tomorrow morning all the way towards the Texas coast. And that's bringing those strong winds that I showed you. So let's go over the severe weather that we have for today, just so you have a good timing of what's happening potentially with these tornadoes. So this is going to be all the way until this evening before it finally fires up. This is just a cluster of thunderstorms. That's not going to be super severe as that pops up. What pops up later is a little concerning as it gets around 6 and 7 o'clock. Showing multiple supercells with strong hail cores could pop up over here for Nebraska, going through Kansas as you go through 8, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Now you have the nocturnal. So now you have it coming by early into the morning where you still could get a tornado threat overnight. So be aware of this. Plus you have a cluster of thunderstorms up here to the north, but that straight line wind event is right here on the southern side of that. So it's going to bring some strong winds as you go overnight into the early morning hours. Still good chances for tornadoes over here for Nebraska and Kansas through the night. Do not forget this. This is 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock, 4, 5, 6. Now it's turning into just a cluster of thunderstorms. You might still get some winds out of it, but it's pretty much calming down. You can see the hail still trailing as you go through for eastern Kansas. But this is where it picks up again for tomorrow, bringing chances for strong tornadoes again as the same cluster is moving across. So as you go through early tomorrow morning, bringing strong storms for Kansas, going through Missouri, going through Illinois, bringing chances for tornadoes early into the morning, and this lasts all evening long. Watch how you get the damage and winds first, and then whatever forms up right here south of that is where you have a good chance for a tornado. Showing all the way towards 1 o'clock, maybe even 2 o'clock in the evening, before it finally congeals up with the daytime heating. And you get some strong storms coming through from Missouri, but especially from central and southern Illinois. Unfortunately, right below Springfield, bringing strong storm cells. Again, chances for tornadoes as you go through for 2, 3, maybe even 4 o'clock in the evening. Showing that line of storms just congeals up to a lot of hail. All that right there signifies hail in the storm. Normally you see this in the hail core like this. But this right here is just a straight line damage and wind event bringing strong hail. So please be aware of that as you go through the evening. Showing maybe even all the way by 4 o'clock, moving further east with that line of storms. So that's looking pretty severe for tomorrow as well. So please be aware. That is your latest information, your latest update, the latest impacts on what you can expect from the severe weather for today and for tomorrow. Thank you again for your time, everybody. Hope you have a very blessed rest of your day. This is pretty important, so I had to upload this for today just so you know what is right around the corner. This is going to be a quick mover today and tomorrow, then it's going to be gone. There's going to be some serious storms, everybody. So stay safe. But stay positive. Keep your head up, everybody. Before I go, a quick word from our Father. Psalm 24, 7 through 9. Lift up your heads, O ye gates, and be lift up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is the King of glory? The Lord strong and mighty, the Lord mighty in battle. Lift up your heads, O ye gates, even lift them up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Amen. And remember, the King of glory is Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Amen. Remember, everybody, above all things, all glory does go to God, our Father in heaven, Yahweh. And I always hope he keeps you safe every single day of your life and forever. Amen. Hallelujah. Amen. Have a great day, everybody. Stay safe.